What it do, wrestling world? Welcome to Over the Top Rope Wrestling Show. It's your boy, Mr. Steel, yo, Dibs. And of course, I'm joined by the other host, my brother from another. You saw him at Extreme Rules last night. He was out there in Philly. My man, my brother, joined by the one and the only, Mikey. What's up, Mikey? The one, the only, tantalizing Tony. My brother, what's going on?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Man, how you doing, man? I mean, you had a long night.
So usually it's when I go, well, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Tantalizing one. But let me tell you something. I get home till like almost 8 o'clock this morning. But hi, everybody. How you doing? And listen, if you just subscribed last night, this is one of the shows we do. This is Over the Top Rope. This is on Mr. Steal Your Dibs wrestling page. So, guys, subscribe to him because you probably already subscribed to me and you guys have seen it. So, join him as well. If I met you last night at Extreme Rules at Philly at Wells Fargo, what's up? We'll be doing a recap show later about Extreme Rules. We're doing one here, but we're going to do my in-depth because I was in the arena. I got some footage for you guys. So, yeah.
Definitely, man. Before we get into Extreme Rules, bro, tell me about the atmosphere over there last night.
So
it seemed electric on TV. It seemed electric.
It was definitely. So here's the thing, guys. When I what's up, Mike? I'm Nike only. When I do something for my channel.
What's up, Nike?
It's so hard to enjoy yourself because I'm so focused on talking to people. Hello, my daughter, and getting the cards out. In case you guys know, I do have new business cards. Of course, it's very simple this time. Just my QR code with my social media. But on the other side, boom, the title belt with my face there. So basically, that's people know it's a wrestling channel. But I can say this: you guys know I'm from Brooklyn. You guys know where I'm from. You guys know I'm a pro New York guy. But I'm not going to lie, man. The Philadelphia people, the Jersey people area in that area, the Philadelphia crowd, you guys party like no others. Off the chain. You guys were awesome. The crowd was electric. Not a sad face in the building. Bro, Philadelphia killed it last night.
Hey, and they showed why they're getting WrestleMania 40. That crowd, man. From the opening jump when the Brawling Brutes walked out, how loud they were till the end of the show, man. It was just, they made the show that much better. Shout out to the Philadelphia crowd, the home of Extreme. Yes, ECW and Extreme Rules was there last night. My brother, let's jump right into it. The return of Bray, Wyatt. What do you think about it? How do you feel? You saw it in person. I'll let you go first.
So, let me see if I can get the graphic for you. So, Bray Wyatt returning. Everybody was anticipating what was going to happen. What's this White Rabbit? Who is this? Is it going to happen? Is he the guy? Look, we were getting worried because once Matt Riddle won the match, and do you hear any background noise, by the way?
I just heard something very small.
Okay. One second. Can we? Hey, I'm sorry to bother you. Can we just turn that down just a tad, just a little bit? Give me on your thing, your phone.
Welcome to live TV, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm saying we were worried that when Matt Riddle, after he won the match, and then they showed Seth walking away. And I don't know what you guys saw on TV, but I think you guys saw the ending logo like as it was over.
The trademark logo. Yes, the trademark logo.
Well, we figured that was happening as well. When the thing went dark, we were like, it's over. And then once the lights went out, everybody turned their phones on and their flashlights. Now, I was sitting in a luxury suite, by the way, thanks to my people that got me moved down. But we said, oh, wait a minute. Now, being in the arena, you couldn't see the entranceway where people were. You just saw a quick light. Bobby had to actually directly on what was happening. Bro, the anticipation, the pop of the crowd, the noise level, the looks on people's faces, incredible. And finally, we got the reveal. Bray Wyatt with the lantern. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got, my God. Listen, 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 bro. A year of waiting, a year of anticipation. We didn't get all of Bray. We got a tease, and that's all we needed. Ladies and gentlemen, Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, the Wyatt family, Wyatt 6, the White Bunny, the White Rabbit, the Black Rabbit, Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. We're back in effect. Let's go.
I'm happy to see Bray back. I was very excited. And when the show first started, you probably didn't see this because you were there. When the Brawling Brutes walked out, right before they got in the ring, they cut to this computer graphic of a white rabbit. And the white rabbit jumped on a purple X, and it dug a hole in that purple X and went in that hole. Then I was like, okay, this is a foreshadow. The white rabbit, whoever it may be, is coming tonight. Later on, right during the middle of the show, I want to say it was during Bianca's and Bailey's match at the beginning or the end. They cut to the outside of the arena, and there was a big white rabbit that had a fan in a headlock. So the foreshadows were there. And then Bray comes out, shows all of the characters he had with the Firefly Funhouse, and he's back to Bray Wyatt from the Wyatt family. Man, it was very exciting, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here with Bray Wyatt. Will they bring back a Wyatt family? Can they bring back Eric Rowan? Will they put Braun Strowman back with it? I'm waiting to see what happens because we didn't get everything yesterday. We didn't get everything. Like you said, it was a tease, and I think it was the perfect tease to have us just stay in anticipation to see what happens next with Bray Wyatt. Do we see him tomorrow night on Raw? Do we see him on SmackDown? I can't wait. I'm very excited.
Excited is an understatement. I'm not a huge Bray guy. I'm not. Not that I don't like him. I like the guy. It's just that it's the way they book him. They book you into a corner. But I purposely I didn't follow the White Rabbit stuff. You know, Richie Ramone, one of my co-hosts on my show, was on my case. Yo, do more White Rabbit stuff. I didn't want to fall down the rabbit hole.
Right.
Pun intended, and then get disappointed. I'd rather just wait. And now it's full speed ahead with Bray Wyatt. Because now we're going to see what they do with him. Because I was under the impression he was going to attack somebody, and he didn't attack anybody. You know, so just to reveal enough of him being there. Now we have to see how long these vignettes go, how long the way the storyline's going, and who's going to be the first guy here, either recruits or attacks.
Yeah, good point. I think a lot of people were thinking he would attack Roman due to the last time he was in the WWE ring with it wasn't the last time, but that's when he lost his belt. Am I correct? He lost the belt with in that triple threat with Braun, and Roman. So a lot of people are speculating that. But let's wait and see. And let's enjoy this moment right now. Let's move on to the pit fight match with Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins. Quickly, your thoughts about the match, and I'll go.
So, Seth Rollins versus Matt Riddle. Great match. Glad that was the last match. I think they did it. I think they did it right. I think the lineup of the card was perfect. I think every match was exactly where it should have been. I predicted Matt Riddle would win, and he did. Seth actually tapped out, which was a shock.
Mm-hmm.
Crowd into both these guys. The one thing I could say that I don't think was needed was Daniel Cormier.
Really? Really?
Not to mention out of shape, looking like I used to look back in the day.
He's retired. Come on, come some slack.
I was talking to my friend Sam last night. No excuse when you're an athlete of that magnitude at that level. I don't care how much you're retired. Stay in shape, you SOB, you fat piece of trash. I said it out loud, and I'll kick his ass if he says something to me. I'm keeping it real. He was not needing that match. What was the point of having him there? I don't know what it was. I don't care. He was an MMA guy. He was champion. Listen, go put a. I would have rather seen Jessica Carr as the referee. At least she's better to look at because Daniel Cormier looked like Santa Claus. But the match was awesome. Crowd for Matt Riddle, big pop. For Seth Rollins, great match, awesome, boom. Nothing wrong with this match. This also sets up Raw for tomorrow night. Yes, Seth lost, but you may see a new U.S. champion.
I don't think we'll see a new U.S. champion. I don't think so. All right. I was happy for Daniel Cormier, but I don't think Cormier was used like he should have been used. And what I mean is, I think some type of way he should have got involved. We saw him get elbowed by Riddle. He told Riddle don't hit him again. We saw him get pushed by Seth. He grabbed Seth, put him against the cage, and said, "Don't touch me again." I think something else should have happened where one of them touched him again, and he did something because he's an MMA, a retired MMA fighter, former light heavyweight and heavyweight champion. That's what I would have loved to see. Cormier get involved some type of way. We didn't get that. That's the only little problem I had with it. Otherwise, match-wise, I thought it was a great match. I knew Riddle would win this match. Shocked that Seth tapped out. I thought Seth would have got knocked out and didn't make the 10 count. But hey, it led to what was going to happen next. So I was happy with the final result.
I was too. I thought it was a great main event. As people are mentioning, there was no title match. There was no heavyweight title match. But no matter what you think what the order should have been, I'm glad it ended it this way. And I can't say nothing more except we get the win. Matt Riddle gets the win. Oh, sorry, I went the wrong way. Matt Riddle gets the win, and he deserves it.
Yes, we got a question. Let's answer our fan. Micah does it. He asks, who does the Fiend feud with? Good question.
Tough.
Good question, man. Woo. I don't know.
I think that we might see him not feuding anybody right away. I think for the next month I think that he'll bypass Crown Jewel. I don't think he'll be on that card. I think that he'll have vignettes and promos, and maybe the Funhouse comes back. Maybe we see a little tease with Alexa Bliss. I don't think we see him full-fledged until right before Survivor Series, when his opponent will be Cody Rhodes.
Okay. You think Cody Rhodes is back by Survivor Series?
I do.
And you think they throw Cody to Bray immediately, knowing that Cody might be the one to take the belt off of Roman?
Yep. Because it takes focus away from Roman, and what better feud to go with somebody that you wouldn't expect to have a feud with. I mean, I'm just speculating, but I think that's the way to go. Cody definitely is in the championship picture, but WrestleMania is 6 months away. We have major pay-per-views up until then. You don't have to book Cody and Roman now, Right. Rumble's coming up too.
Yes,
So
sir.
you go either way. But my pick is I would like to see Bray versus Cody, just because it's something that you wouldn't think you're going to see. You know, we've already seen Seth and Bray, we've seen Roman and Bray, we've seen Braun and Bray. Let's throw somebody else in the mix.
I would say this, and I think this match never happened. I would say Bray and Drew.
Could happen too. I wouldn't mind that. I want to see something different. I
Yes.
want to see something where you don't pigeonhole Bray Wyatt, because once you pigeonhole Bray Wyatt, once he gets stale. So we'll see. But you know, there's no wrong way to go right now. I think right now you don't put him in a feud. You just have him doing the teasers, doing the vignettes, doing the
What's up,
promos.
Frank?
So we'll see.
Definitely, definitely. All right, let's go to the I Quit match right quick. Excuse me. Edge versus Finn Balor, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I love the match. I love the match from start to finish, but I had a feeling about how it would end it. I had a feeling that some type of way the rest of the Judgment Day were at Edge's house and had Beth hostage some type of way, and that's how Edge was going to say, "I quit." I didn't think about Beth Phoenix being there, but man, it was wonderful. It was great. Charlie, we're going to talk about Liv and Ronda in a little bit. We're going to get there, buddy. Just give us some time. We're going to talk about this. Give us some time. But this was, to me, might have been the match of the night. But this was great from start to finish. The story they told was wonderful. What do you think about it?
So I called this. I said, "There's no way they can have Edge win this match."
Right.
Way. Because then the Judgment Day looks weak. You can't have Finn Balor quit. Also, we don't want Edge quitting, because then it makes him look like he just got taken by the Judgment Day. What
Yes.
other way can you have him lose? You got to bring his family member in. And people said, "Oh, this is used way too much," you know, like it was with with Jey Uso when when Roman had him, and we've seen this plenty of times, like Bret Hart and Owen and Bob Backlund back in the day when they had his mom throw the towel. But this was a perfect
Yeah.
way to do it with Extreme Rules with Beth Phoenix. Number one, we got to see Beth Phoenix and Rhea, which is what we want to see. And
That's
we're
right.
going to see. Rhea's medically cleared, as you can see.
Yes.
So we're going to see Beth versus Rhea somewhere down the line. Maybe they draw it out to WrestleMania. Maybe at this point, Rhea Ripley might even be the champion. We don't know, but let's not put the cart before the horse. Let's say this. The pops were incredible. Everything about that match is great. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful TV says he think it went too long. I disagree with him.
I disagree.
I think it was a perfect cadence of the match. I think that Edge was the most over person in the building other than Bray. Finn Balor showed why he is who he is. To me, Dominic Mysterio was money, as was the entire Judgment Day. My God, why can't I think of his name?
Damian Priest.
Thank you, Damian Priest. Sorry, I'm on no sleep. Damian Priest show why he is at the level he's at. Guys, nothing wrong with this match. Way to end it. Beth Phoenix threatened to get the concerto. Edge quits, and they hit her anyway. Let's freaking go.
Yes, sir. Definitely. Let's go. Charlie has a question. Even though he wants our thoughts on this, he thinks the next installment will bring back Christian joining with Edge, Ray, and Beth versus the Judgment Day. I don't think we'll see Christian back in WWE.
I mean, here's the thing. We don't know what his contract is about. If his contract's up anytime soon, if he only signed a year deal, it's possible we could see Christian around WrestleMania season if he's not signed, because we all know
Right.
that Moxley just signed for another 5 years. So
Right.
Tony Khan trying to lock people down. So we'll see. Right now, it doesn't matter what happens with any kind of team ups. Right now, Edge got to focus on getting Beth back so Beth can kick Rhea's ass. That's what we're going to see right now. I think they take the focus away from Edge and put it more towards Beth, which is fine with me.
Definitely. All right. Let's go to the Raw Women's Championship. Bianca versus Bayley. And I'm going to go first. This was the first ever women's championship ladder match. We've had the women's Money in the Bank many times, but this was the first one. So these two made history. And, bro, I think it's the second match of the night, in my opinion. And I did not think Bayley was going to lose just because she just came back. I did not see this happening. But then I remember reading a couple months ago about how she and Sasha was talking about they have to put Bianca over because they think Bianca is the future of the women's division. And to this day, I think that's probably still in Bayley's head to put Bianca over. But with that being said, this match made Bianca look so much stronger because she won the match not just by fighting Bayley, but Io Sky and Dakota Kai. All three, because they got involved. And Bianca still won this match, entertaining from start to finish. What do you say?
So I'm never wrong, but I was wrong about this. I picked Bayley to win as well. I'm not going to lie. I picked Bayley to win because I didn't see her losing, especially with Dakota and Io as the tag champs. I thought we'd get a full championship faction. And now, before I tell you about the match, what are the ramifications of Bayley losing to Io Sky and Dakota Kai? They both have championships, and she doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
They kick her out. Does something happen with her? We'll see. And what else does this? I do have a problem with this. I love Bianca Belair. I think Bianca Belair maybe number one, she's the most gifted athlete I've seen ever in the WWE ring, even more than Charlotte, even more than AJ, even more than a lot of these guys who are gifted athletically, like Chad Gable or Jason Jordan. Bianca Belair just decimated the women's tag team champions by herself. She beat 3 women last night. So that means that the push that they're giving her may not be ending anytime soon. Maybe they're trying to get to her versus Charlotte. We're thinking it's Charlotte versus Ronda, but what other way to get heat on Charlotte is to beat Bianca, because then she gets more heat. Bayley losing last night was a shock. The KOD on the ladder, by God, she was broken in half. I'm happy Bianca's still champion. She was over with the crowd. I mean, there were guys in the stands doing, I'm on my own. They were dead, as I was as well. Incredible match. You can't say anything bad about it. The bumps that Bayley took, Bayley was a star of the match, believe it or not, because she took all the tough bumps. Bayley, and like you said, Bayley talked about with Sasha that Bianca's the future. Well, Bayley put Bianca Belair on the next level.
Yes.
Kudos to both of them. Is that Big Bucks Bobby? Big Bucks Bobby, let me get him on the show real quick. He was there, he was in attendance with me as well. And grab a seat real quick. Just real quick. 2 seconds. Big Bucks Bobby, you were there. Real quick. What'd you think about
Bianca Belair and Bayley?
Yeah.
One of their best matches I've seen so far from Bayley. Other than her time in NXT, she put on a great show. Bianca always kills it. That double KOD off the top rope was crazy.
Oh, that's right. She dumped both of them.
Yeah.
That's right. Listen, when you pick 2 women up, I don't care how light they are. They've got to be combined 225 pounds at least.
Mm-hmm.
And she KO'd the both of them.
Yeah.
Listen. Yeah, great show, right?
Yes.
How about those seats? Did this guy come through or what?
Came in clutch, yes.
Bro, listen, bro. Just so you guys know, we sat in the last row of the arena in the back. Our backs are to the wall. I said, don't fear, guys. I got this. And then I come back to get my people. Bobby, my friend Sam, and I ran. Okay, hey, let's go, guys. I said, what we doing? I said, hey, let's go. We got to move. We're in the luxury box, of course, rubbing elbows with the elite. Thank you.
Thank you.
Get out of here.
All right. Let's just get to this match because they are all asking questions. This must be the hot topic of the morning, which I didn't think it would be. No disrespect to them, but let's get to it. Before we answer your questions about Liv joining Bray Wyatt, let's give our thoughts about this match first. I'm going to go first. And to be quite honest with you, good match, but to me, didn't live up to my expectations. Let me just say that. Ronda Rousey's submission, very, very impressive in my opinion. I did like what I saw from that. But give Liv Morgan a lot of props. But she took a beat down, man, from a lot of kendo sticks for sure, and the baseball bat. I'll give Liv a lot of props on that. But other than that, that's just my thoughts. I thought it was a good match, but I thought it would have been much according to my expectations. I thought that being an Extreme Rules match, I thought it would have been much higher, in my opinion. Tony might think differently. But other than that, that's all I got to say about the match. What you got?
This is when Tantalizing Tony goes on a rant. Batten down the hedges and buckle down and put your seatbelts on because I'm about to go tantalizing mode. First of all, and I'm looking right to camera. First of all, let me explain something to you. When you book Liv Morgan the way you book her, it's all wrong, number one. You had to tap out to Ronda, even though she had Ronda pinned, but she tapped out. It took her character away, number one. The chase when she was chasing the Money in the Bank was beautiful. Everything after that, downhill. And here's where you really go wrong. I don't care what anybody says. I love Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey absolutely sucks. Okay? The reason why that match was so terrible, in my opinion, is because Ronda Rousey cannot wrestle and cannot tell a story. Is she a talent? Of course. Is she a great MMA fighter? Of course. Is she good for the business? Of course. But she doesn't know how to tell a story. She doesn't know how to sell. She doesn't know how to react to the crowd. She doesn't have timing. Sorry. They made this match crappy. The every spot was off. I got a baby crying in the background, Michael. And I was so disappointed because I really thought this was gonna be. Sorry, guys. I really thought this was gonna be one of the matches of the night because Liv had something to prove. But the problem is this. It wasn't Liv, everybody. Her dance partner sucks. You guys, I don't care if you're Ronda Rousey fans, and I don't care if you guys, say, oh my God, Tony, why are you so big down on Ronda Rousey? Because Ronda Rousey's a crybaby. Because Ronda Rousey just wants the title. She don't need the title. Where's Shayna Baszler's title? Shayna Baszler, who put her time in NXT and paid her dues. What about Shayna Baszler? No, let's give it to Ronda Rousey because she's the name. Ronda. F Ronda Rousey. The match sucked. Ronda Rousey sucked. And why is Ronda Rousey on the chair? Why? Why is she on the chair? Why is she on the chair?
Brings in money. That's why.
I'll tell you why she's on the chair. Because I want to sit my fat ass on her face so she can smell my farts because she's terrible. I said out loud, Ronda sucks.
All right. Question for you. Alex had this question. I think somebody else had this question. Charlie had this question. With Liv smiling after passing out, does Liv join Bray Wyatt? I agree. Not happening. Now, Here we go. We got some statements, some comments. Chop City Wrestling. What's up, Chop City? What's happening? What you got? Let's see what you say. It was not the most sloppy women's match of the night. So you think Bianca and Bayley was more sloppy than this match?
Shout to Ryan and Anthony Pink from Chop City Wrestling. But
Yes.
guys, I think you guys been getting chopped too much, and maybe you have concussions from the rattling of the chest of the chops going to your brain. This match was the worst match I've seen in a pay-per-view for a long time. If you're gonna say that Bianca versus Bayley was sloppy, something is wrong with you.
Yes, my dudes. Shout out to Mania Club. Shout out to Mania Club. But my dudes, I totally disagree. Totally disagree. Charlie Brown, he says Ronda's best match was against Nia Jax. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Sasha Banks. That was Ronda's best match. You know why? Because Sasha makes others look so much better in the ring. Tony, you agree with that?
I definitely don't. The only two matches you could ever say Ronda had good was the one against Sasha and the tag team match with Kurt Angle going against Stephanie and Triple H. Other than that, Ronda has not done anything impressive. You tell me what a match you can call other than those two where Ronda Rousey brought the house down. Whoa, no. Stop getting sucked in by the allure of rowdy Ronda Rousey. She's overrated. She's a crybaby. She doesn't love the business. She's here for the money. At least Brock was there for the money, but Brock's entertaining, and at least he knows how to tell a story. Ronda Rousey.
Charlie said, if Liv joins Bray, I'm going to laugh at y'all. I'm going to call into your show and laugh, and I'll gladly accept you. All right. And Charlie, you're the man. Hey. That's not a problem, my brother. we want Charlie you to Brown. Call in and tune in, and we will say Charlie was right. We will give you all Charlie your Brown. Props.
Charlie Brown, I love you, but let me just say this to you. You can't even kick a football at Thanksgiving because Lucy keeps pulling it away from you. So don't you dare try to tell us how to call the show, Charlie Brown.
Bianca had issues with the ladders. Bayley carried that match, in my opinion.
No.
Nah, my dudes, Chop City, my friends.
I was there, bro. First of all, you do have trouble sometimes lifting a ladder. It's a ladder. It's big. It's awkward. Men have problems lifting tables sometimes. And bro, they might have had a couple missteps with getting the ladders in the right place, but for Bianca, I do think Bayley was a star of the match. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah,
but
I agree.
She didn't carry Bianca Belair. How do you carry the women's champion? Chop City, stop getting chopped so much. I love you.
Frank says he felt like Liv had a better match with Shayna Baszler. Yeah.
Agree. Yeah. Right, because guess why? Because Shayna Baszler. When you see a match with Ronda Rousey against whoever, what's the factor in the match? Ronda Rousey. She's not that good.
Micah, see what comes up. Yeah. Who's next for Ronda?
Who cares?
I say it has to be Liv one more time. Remember, Liv got 2 victories over her. Who do you say?
Who cares?
Yeah, there you go. Yes, indeed. We thank y'all for tuning in with us. I'm Mr. Steve, my brother from another 10 hours of Tony. Tony, let's go to the strap match. Karrion Kross and Drew McIntyre. 2 big men going at it. What were your thoughts about the match, the strap match?
I loved it. Very brutal.
Yeah.
There was no way Karrion Kross was losing.
No way.
First pay-per-view since coming back. The way they did it was perfect because Drew just lost to Roman, and we know Drew's going to take another loss. So they had to do it so that it was some kind of dirty finish, which it was. I love that Scarlett got involved. Yes. She's money. Karrion Kross and Scarlett, the best entrance in the business, as you well know. You called this 2 years ago, yes. JB, that it's the best entrance, and they brought it back as they should have. Listen, you got a guy like Drew McIntyre who arguably one of the greatest of all time. You can think what you want to think. The guy carried the company during COVID. He's a 2-time champion, and he got maced to lose, which is great. And what I liked, I don't know if you guys saw it, but what was great about the ending is when Scarlett maced him and then Karrion beat him. Karrion also reacted to the mace being on him because he
Yes.
was on top of Drew. And that goes to show you what storytelling can do. Something Ronda Rousey can't do. So the match was great. Great brutality from both of these guys. Karrion Kross gets his win. Scarlett and him, a great tandem. What goes next for Drew, we'll see. But this is the ending it should have had.
Yeah. Two big men strapped up, fighting each other. I liked it. I really did. You know, big fan of both of them. And I wasn't expecting Scarlett to get involved. I don't know if we ever saw her get involved like that in NXT. I don't recall, but this, I was shocked. And the pepper spray came out. I was like, whoa, this is great. This is great for her character. This is great for them as a team going forward. But other than that, I like the match. I did. Two big men strapped up. Frank got a question before we go to the next topic. He says, do we think Sheamus will get the title before he retires? I think Sheamus will be a champion again before he retires. Either IC belt or US belt. I think he'll get it one more time. I think it'll happen. What about you?
I'm not going to answer until we talk about the match, and then I'm going to go into what's going to go happen here.
Oh, okay. Well, guess what? We're here.
Okay. So I'll take it. All right. So you got the Brawling Brutes going against Imperium. So we all well know that at Clash at the Castle, Walter, I'll call him Walter. His mama named him Walter. I'm going to call him Walter. Went against Sheamus for the IC title. Sheamus fell short. Not a problem. Great, brutal match at Clash at the Castle. Fast forward to Friday Night SmackDown. They have another banger. Sheamus has the match won. He gets basically shillelagh'd. He loses. Great. Another great banger. These guys are chopping each other in the chest. Look like hamburger meat. They look like Chop City on a good day. Last night.
All jokes, Chop City. All jokes.
He lives, I love him. The opening match. They did this right. They had the barroom set up, the barrels and the bar stools and the bar had it ready. These two guys are money. I'm not a Ridge Holland fan, but I was last night. He showed that he belongs in the main roster. Pete Dunne, a.k.a. Butch, showed a lot of personality last night after they won that match. Imperium have always been money. They're a great faction together. This match was perfection. You got the one-on-one between Gunther and Walter and Sheamus one more time in the ring. Of course, the Brawling Brutes get the win. Sorry, wrong way. That being said, Sheamus will finally get the one title that has eluded him. And I'm telling you guys, they're going to draw this out until WrestleMania. We got Survivor Series coming up. We got the Rumble. I think to do this, you keep having Sheamus get this close to winning. And then you wait till Mania to get it. To get that title. Sheamus has done it all. He is a tag team champion. He is a world champion. He's a WWE champion. He's been a Universal champion, I believe, too. Has he been Universal? I think he's Universal, was he?
I don't think so.
Doesn't count. It doesn't matter.
World champion.
He's been United States champion. He's won Money in the Bank. He's been King of the Ring. He's done everything. He won the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
He needs one thing to be the only wrestler to do it all. To be a Grand Slam champion and King of the Ring and Money in the Bank and Royal Rumble, and he will get that title at WrestleMania.
All right. I always say pay-per-views need to start off with a banger match to get the crowd excited and anticipating of what's coming next. I always say that. this was the perfect match to start off the pay-per-view. And I love everything about what they're doing with this story. Me getting one-on-one with Sheamus and Gunther, the main part of the rivalry. We got Imperium and the Brawling Brutes going at it. And just how they went from Brawling Brutes against Imperium up back to Sheamus and Gunther by themselves. Give them a break. Back to Gunther taking out the rest of the Brawling Brutes. Sheamus taking out the Imperium. Imperium coming. It was just greatness of storytelling in a ring. And the crowd looked like they were standing up the whole time for this match, if I'm right. That's what you want.
You are correct. What a night.
What a night it was.
They set it off. They set the tone off. They set it off for everybody. What a match.
Yes, indeed. What's up, Mick? What's up, Mick? How you doing, my brother? Frank got a question for you, Tony. Does Gunther hold the title until Mania?
100%. I think what they'll do is they may shy away right now from the whole because the Brawling Brutes won. Now you shift away from Walter versus Sheamus. You have Walter maybe have another couple of feuds, maybe Nakamura, maybe the returning Boogs, maybe even maybe a Corbin if he comes back. You could do a couple of things here. Have Sheamus, their faces now. Have Sheamus maybe get into a feud with them. Still have the group together, but have Sheamus start laying his singles, his singles career back where he starts beating up people, but as a sort of a face. And then maybe around Royal Rumble season, we start pushing back to this feud between Gunther / Walter and Sheamus. I think Gunther does hold the title until WrestleMania where Sheamus gets it. Because what best way to give Sheamus everything he deserves? Boom. WrestleMania, the culmination to get the IC title.
All right. He has a follow-up question. What about Walter versus Drew?
I like that too. But the problem is, it's got to be a lot of disqualifications because you can't have Drew get the IC title and take it from Walter because then it takes it from Sheamus. And you can't have Walter beat Drew because Drew can't keep taking all these losses.
There you go. I agree. Totally agree. Thank y'all for tuning with us. We are going to our last of the morning, and that is some AEW talk. Early in the week, we heard Andrade explain a situation that happened. Supposedly, Sammy complained about being hit too hard. And supposedly, from what Andrade says, they talked or whatever. Sammy Guevara come back on Twitter and calls him a liar, calls him a bitch, all that type of stuff. Andrade responds and says, I will say it again to your face on Wednesday. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That's exactly what happened. He said it to his face on Wednesday. Supposedly, Sammy pushed him first, supposedly, and Andrade reacted by punching him. Now, Andrade got suspended on Wednesday. Couldn't even show up for TV. Ladies and gentlemen, let me go first. I'll let Tantalizing go last because Tantalizing was a part of the wrestling business. He'll give you more inside details and scoop on that type of stuff. AEW got a real problem. They have a real problem. It's too many incidents happening backstage in the locker room with their wrestlers. We've had another fight within the span of a month. The span of a month. Something has to be done here, and that starts with Tony Khan. He got to lay down some groundwork, some foundation. He gotta nip all this in the bud now. You got to start suspending people. No, that's not even working. You got to start finding people. You got to start taking money out their check. You got to do something because you have a problem, and the asylum is running the prison. Did I say that right?
The inmates running the asylum.
That's what I meant. The inmates running the asylum. Thank you, sir. He has a real problem. And this was said on Twitter before the show even happened. Everybody got wind of this because Ricky Starks gets on Twitter and says, I wish my coworkers would shut the hell up sometimes. So if you saw this on Twitter, guess what? You need to do everything you can to nip it in the bud. Don't let anything happen. Prevent it. It was preventable. You didn't even try to prevent it. There's a problem, and I've said it before. There's no locker room leader. And ever since Cody Rhodes left, things have gone haywire. They've gone haywire. Something has to be done. Somebody got to take a leadership role, be the leader, and Tony Khan got to start taking money away from them. It has to stop, man. It has to stop. It's just too much. Yes, incidents happen from time to time, but this is too much going on for AEW. Okay, I'm done.
So, if you guys remember back in the day when when Booker T was in the DX version, the WWE version of
NWO.
NWO, right?
Oh God.
So there was something that was said to Booker T from Shawn Michaels. So they were talking in the ring and they were figuring out what the issue was, why the faction was working. And then Shawn Michaels said to Booker T, "You're the problem. There is your problem in AEW. This guy, Tony Khan, the billionaire fanboy. I said it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's doing a great thing for the wrestling business. I think he's bringing us a different dynamic. He's bringing us an alternative product. But here's the problem. He's too much of a fan. He's probably a good boss. He's probably too nice of a boss. Because the reason why all these fights are happening is because the guy at the top isn't laying the smackdown. Suspensions, he needs to fire somebody and make them an example to get everybody else in line. Now, that being said, you suspend Andrade, but not Sammy. Apparently, it's because Andrade was talking about how he wants to go back to WWE, whatever. I don't care what he said. He's allowed to say what he wants. It's his life. It's his opinion. You don't suspend both of them. That's the problem. You're playing favorites. That's why CM Punk was allowed to do whatever he wanted to do because he loves CM Punk so much. You gotta get control of your locker room. And like you said, people want to say bad stuff about Cody. I didn't hear about none of these problems when Cody Rhodes was there. And maybe that's why Cody Rhodes took his ball and went back home where he wanted to be because he saw the implosion of egos happening in AEW. In the story, is this guy on the screen's fault? And I'm not talking about JB, and I'm definitely not talking about myself. Tony Khan needs to grow a sack. Maybe he needs that mid shirt where it says, "My balls are massive," and he needs to use his cojones and lay the law down.
I love what you said. And it's funny, you are right. Sammy Guevara has been in 2 instances.
He's the problem.
He's the problem. Sammy with Eddie and now Andrade. Yes, he has to put his foot down. And he's not doing that at all. And if he does, it's going to get worse.
I'm not mad at Sammy, though. You know why? I'll give you a perfect example. If you work at a job and your boss allows you to come in late every day and doesn't fire you, You're gonna keep coming in late.
Exactly.
So it's not his fault.
Mm-mm.
It's your boss's fault.
Exactly.
And what you're doing there is you're creating a work environment where people say, well, what the hell? He's coming late. I'm coming late too. The boss.
Yep. What you don't want at any job is to have hostile environments. And AEW has one right now. And he has to fix it in a hurry. If he doesn't fix it, it's gonna go haywire. It's gonna go haywire, and then we'll see the implosion of AEW. We'll definitely see it. It's crazy from Micah. Micah says it's crazy how the momentum shift from AEW to WWE in just a matter of months over the summer. Well, when you think about it, Micah, you are correct. You are correct. And with Vince McMahon retiring and Triple H taking over, we see a better product from the WWE right now. We see a much better product. And that is mainly the main reason why momentum has shifted. And then with AEW having these problems, it's also not a good look for AEW.
It's a perfect storm. It's a combination. Excuse me. Oh, geez. Here's what happened. At the same time, I'm like, geez, my goodness. I'm choking on chips. At the same time that Vince had to retire, Triple H took over. You got the CM Punk fight. You got the Elite fighting. You got the arguing. You got the backstage stuff all happening at once. So you saw a switch. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. That's what happened. Perfect storm. And what's up to everybody that said hi to me? How you doing? There you go.
Yeah, it is. Micah says Mox should have left and went back to WWE. 5 years, that's a long time. Well, I feel you. It still may happen after those 5 years, but money talks. And Tony Khan can write the check out.
Look at what Charlie Brown said.
My brother, you.
Yeah, I have a chip caught in my throat. He says you're choking because you said bad things about Ronda. Let me tell you something. I'll keep choking. I'll pass out and I won't stop saying bad stuff about Ronda. Ronda is the weak link. Oh, wow.
Who are the locker room leaders in WWE? Well, definitely
Triple H.
Roman.
Triple H.
Oh,
the boss.
Well, I'm thinking wrestler wise, not Triple H.
I don't think Roman's a locker room leader, believe it or not. I don't think he's there enough. Nope. I don't think he has to be. I don't think you need a locker room leader in WWE because they know their job. They know that they're professionals, even from the guys that are in catering. You never hear about this stuff.
No, but I kind of go back to when Roman threw what's his name, Enzo, off that bus because Enzo was acting up, and Roman took him and threw him off the bus. And that, to me, I was thinking like that's your locker room leader.
Well, Enzo, he's an a-hole, so.
Dude, is he an a-hole, bro? Don't get me started on that dude, bro. From WrestleCon in Tampa, bro. Don't get me started on that dude, bro.
Late to everything, bro. Unprofessional.
Oh yeah, late to everything. Richard says, he says locker room leader, and for the females, Bianca.
I don't know. I couldn't pinpoint. He could be right, but I can't pinpoint who would be a locker room leader because I don't think they need one.
Look, Micah says, no, not Micah. Who said this? Charlie Brown, Ronda. Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here. Chris says Bailey. Okay. All right. Yes, indeed. Micah, the story about Enzo. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the story about Enzo, and then we're gonna call it a wrap. We're gonna call it a wrap. It was WrestleCon in Tampa, and Enzo and Big Cass, W. Morrissey, were scheduled for session 1, first thing in the morning. All right, I had pre-ordered tickets to meet them. When I show up, Big Cass is there. I asked, where's Enzo? He said he's on his way. So I just rolled my eyes. The dude didn't come until the middle of session 2. Walking there like, yo, what's up, y'all? What's going on? And I was just so drove, because everybody in the line was almost out the hotel to meet those two. So you got to think about it. Those two were still over at the time. It was still over. And I was so drove, man. Like, when it was time for my picture, I shook hands with Big Cass. I didn't shake his hand. And I turned around and I told Big Cass after the picture, I said, see you later. And Enzo said, yeah, see you later. I said, no, you'll never see me again. You'll never see me again. I said, you had us all waiting for over 2 hours for you. That shouldn't happen. And I walked off. So forget that guy. Straight up.
I agree because, JB, I told you my interaction with him when I used to drive limos. I had him as a customer. And he learned real quick. He messed with the wrong one, bro. So Enzo's in my limo. This is right after he got called to the main roster from NXT. He's in my limo going to Atlantic City. I'm outside the hotel waiting for him in Philly. I'm supposed to pick him up at 5 o'clock. He's a client. He can come when he wants to. I'm there. Comes in the car at 6:30. He says to me, how come you didn't give me a call? I said, I gave you a text. Our company policy is not to call the client because we don't want to bother you. I text you 17 times so you know I'm here. I'm in front of the hotel. I'll let you know that if I wasn't going to be in the front, if they move me, I'm going to drive around and come back. I waited here for you. Oh, well, you don't talk back to the boss. I said, you're not my boss. My boss is Delaware Express. That's my boss, not you. Oh, you just ruined your tip. So let me tell you something, bro. I don't know who you think you're talking to, but this ain't my main job. I don't need this, okay? I said, we're not in the WWE ring. I'm from the hood. You want to go to AC? Sit down in the back, enjoy the ride. Don't talk to me any type of way. He goes, oh, you're a tough guy. I said, no, I'm a man. And the next time you say something to me, you have to get another driver. All right, calm down, homie. Not your homie, bro. I rolled the window up. I ignored him for the entire ride. The guy was such a jerk. He asked me to turn off the AC because it was too cold. I blasted it the whole ride. I said the knobs broke. When he came out the limo, his lips were so blue. Bro, I had such a bad rating because of him. He complained to my boss. I said, couldn't get the AC off. My bad.
Yes, indeed. Before we go, Micah asks, are you going to Survivor Series?
Here's the problem. Survivor Series and WrestleCade, same weekend. So I haven't decided yet.
Micah. I think Micah is from San Antonio, if I'm correct. I think he is from the times he's been commenting on our show. I want to say
we'll be there. We'll be for Rumble.
We're gonna be there for the Rumble, buddy. We're coming to San Antonio for the Rumble. We're gonna be there. My brother, any last words before we head out?
Yes. If you're in the Baltimore area, if you're on my social media, which is 10 Lives and Tony, across the board, I will be at Baltimore Celeb Fest next Saturday with the 10 Lives and Tony table. Doing my meet and greet. So, check me out. Also, today on my show, on the 10 Lives and Tony Wrestling channel, we will break down what we did here, but from my perspective, from being in the buildings, more of a fan reaction kind of a deal. And I just want to show you one more thing, JB, because I know you got to go as football, but in case you guys didn't see this, I don't know if what they showed on TV. I don't know what they gave you guys, but in case you guys didn't see this, real quick, I'm not going to play the volume because I don't want to get him a copyright claim because I got one. But basically, I'll just show you where so you guys can see it. I won't play it, but this is the WrestleMania logo for Philadelphia. Hold on.
We kind of lost Tony for a second. He's frozen. He's frozen. Frozen. I think Ronda Rousey must have cut his internet. I don't know what happened, but we lost tantalizing, ladies and gentlemen. We lost tantalizing Tony. Oh man, yes indeed. Charlie Brown. Did you send Ronda to put a hit on tantalizing Tony? Charlie Brown? Yes or no? Come on, man. That's not cool, man. That's not cool, bro. We lost tantalizing Tony. He's trying to show us the WrestleMania logo, but other than that, everybody, yeah, we lost them. Everybody, please subscribe to Tantalizing Tony's page. Also, if you're part of Tantalizing Tony's page, subscribe to my page, Mr. Steal Your Dibs Wrestling page. We greatly appreciate it. Like we always say, we are not where we are due to you guys. You guys got us there, and we thank y'all so much. We thank y'all. Definitely, we appreciate it. For my brother, Tantalizing Tony, I'm Mr. Steal Your Dibs. We will be back next Saturday or next Sunday, so keep those notifications on. Until then,